Hey, it is Cherry. I'm here on my level 123 Fire Wizard. I'm just going through the stats right now. I am in Mirage, facing the Shadowwock. Now, the Shadowwock, for anyone who doesn't know, is the shadow version, the reoccurrence of the Jabberwocky from Avalon. And as a solo fire player, I'll let him speak his rhymes here quick.
Once took my hearts, but left my head. Now I've grown in power. This time, you will be dead.
Very nice, very pretty. Yeah, but as a solo fire wizard, I try to solo as much as I can. Obviously, some big boss battles just don't really work. This one I was unsure about. The Shadowwock has 40% resist to fire. He's got a cheat where he does massive damage every 3 rounds. All around not fun, but I had a strategy in mind for this. This is actually my first time facing him. I decided to break up the recording in case anything special happened. But I had the strategy in mind heading in, where I would Blade round 1, Weakness round 2, assuming he goes first, Weakness round 2 to have the Shadow Meteor Strike deal less damage round 3. And then Blade round 3, Blade round 4, or round 5, and then hit on round 6 with a Shadow spell. Because after he hits with the Shadow Meteor Strike, he applies a plus 200% trap to himself. So obviously, want to take advantage of it, hit that round. Now, here is where I learned what would be happening going forward. All of those minus 45%. So after fizzling that weakness, I had never faced him before. I was assuming that the Shadow Meteor Strike would hit really hard, so I just decided to flee here. So I'm going to pop a potion, get my mana back, teleport right back in. Yeah, but some major notes that make this strategy even work is that I have 105 damage, which is nothing crazy, but it's a good amount. And then 46 resist across the board, which is pretty important for a solo player. Plenty of accuracy. The other big stat, though, along with the resist to be able to tank some of those Shadow Meteor Strikes, is that I have a base 20% fire pierce, armor pierce. Because again, the Shadowwock is 40% res to fire, so having a base 20% pierce is super good. And then, as you've probably already seen, I decided not to go with the epic astral cards for the plus 300 base damage. Instead, I brought in some TC extraordinaries to get an additional 15% pierce, leaving the Shadowwock with only 5% res to fire. So here I already have another minus 45% on me. Wasn't super happy about that. And so here I'm deciding if I want to try to get the weakness to have his Shadow Meteor Strike do less damage. Oh, there's actually... I was still in the team up. I gave the team up like 20 seconds before I gave up on it and just went solo. But there I was trying to decide if I wanted to risk using the weakness like last time through the minus 45%. But I decided for 2 reasons not to. One, I had obviously a much higher chance of not fizzling if I used a fire spell. And 2, because I went first, the weakness would have been on that Phoenix that he just used and not the Meteor Strike. So this is actually the first time I'm seeing how much damage the Meteor Strike does. To be honest, I assumed it was going to do like twice that much. From what I'd read online, it was supposed to do like upwards to 3k damage. But like at least 2,000 from what I'd seen. And I think part of why it did not do as much as I thought is King's Isle definitely made some of these bosses much easier. I think this guy started off with like 50k health or something, and soloing would just not have been possible in that case. 17k is totally doable, especially with plus 200% trap he puts on himself. But here, things are pretty much going to plan. I've got my triple blade, putting on my aura. There he goes, removing his trap. Oh, and that's another note I should make, is that because he removes traps at the beginning of each round, aside obviously from the round where he hits you with a meteor strike, a fire wizard can't prism, which is why I needed a lot of base penetration here, and then why I also chose to go with the extraordinary for extra pierce rather than having additional base damage. So here, just because I had nothing else to do for the round, I weaknessed him, and this is actually a fantastic spell for him to use on me, because I'm going to get a free bubble out of this, and it also just doesn't have a super high base damage either. And with a weakness as well, yeah, 300 damage is nothing. So at this point, I'm pretty confident. I had forgotten, though, that he was going to be hitting me with a shadow spell here this round. So we'll see how much this does. Yeah, so now I'm a little less confident, because I'm wondering if that 1300 hit from earlier was a low end. And I was trying to do the math, but now he has the bubble, although I don't think that actually affects his meteor strike, because it's a shadow spell. But anyways, so I've got 3 blades, an aura, and a bubble here, and he's about to apply the 200% trap to himself. I just have to survive this hit, and then I'm pretty confident. And I do with 358 health. But there's the trap. Here's the hit. Get the crit, of course. And yeah, I think that was 33k. That was about double what I needed. Mallory's rapping rhymes here too. Mallory, I don't know, you can pronounce it however you want. Anyways, I was pretty happy with this. I wasn't sure how well soloing the Shadowwock on a fire would go, but it actually turned out to not be too difficult. Yeah, I might need some teammates for that one. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great day.